faces have been going at it early from the tailgate to the end zones, and you gotta think this will be a little contentious. Welcome to the home of the Clemson Tigers, Death Valley in Clemson, South Carolina. As we'll see a squad from the ACC, the NC State Wolfpack, taking on the runner-up from last year's national championship, the Clemson Tigers. 3A Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, here with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get this thing rolling. Clemson will kick off to get us underway. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So NC State's offense will go on the attack first. And the adrenaline is pumping on overdrive in games like this, guys, and it's crucial to get your emotions under control.
No doubt. In rivalry games, you've got to limit the mental errors, and you've got to limit the penalties, because those will kill you, Paul.
And you got to come out under control. It means so much. We know that. The fans are all talking about it, but it's just football.
Here comes the heat. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20.
And that's the first sack of the day, but I'll tell you what, this team's been doing it so far throughout the season. They're in the top 10 in sacks for a reason. They pin their ears back, and they get after quarterbacks.
This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. They'll leave it with him. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. It's getting loud in here, and they may raise the dues on Impte if they can stop him on third down. Back to throw, it's Bailey. And they fail to hook up on third down.
That is exactly how you set a tone when you're on defense, and especially when you're at home. If you can get them and force them into a punt early, keep that crowd going and involved, man, is it fun to play defense.
Little pressure on the coverage team there, and they'll stop him at the 47-yard line. So Clemson's offense will try to get something going with their first possession. And they are led up front by a powerful offensive line that opens up an array of possibilities, Jesse.
No question it's the identity of this offense. Multiple players up front that are going to play in the National Football League. This unit is going to be up for the Joe Moore Award at the end of the year for the outstanding O-line, David. They are going to try and establish the line of scrimmage with their physicality.
Man, it's a tremendous challenge with this defensive line because you know that. Like, you've got to be aggressive. You've got to be physical. I've got to take away their ability to run the football first. This unit's nasty. They're dirty. I love it.
Got room to work. They get this sophomore on the ground, but he continues to make plays. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. It's now 1st and 10 from the 24-yard line. Quarterback may change this route. Wants to throw on first down. It's a fumble on the play. And the ball goes out of bounds right at the line of scrimmage.
Well, they got a really nice drive going on offense. They're on their opponent's side of the field, but you're not going to come away with any points if you turn it over. And they've got to do a better job of ball security. Very, very lucky that ball went out of bounds.
Back to throw, it's Nelson. Fires to the wideout. Got him downfield. They make the stop at the 5-yard line, and they've got it 1st and goal.
Well, when you're throwing these comeback routes, man, the timing has got to be so good between the two of them because you know the ball is going to be in the air a long time. You can't throw it late. It's going to get picked. That time, really nice job getting it out early, and the receiver doing a nice job on his route so that the ball was right on him as soon as he turned around.
They'll run it on 1st and goal. first big punch against a rival, doesn't it?
No doubt. In a game like this, too, you just want to be executing at a high level early. So, David, that's got to feel great getting on the board first.
And settles everyone down. All the nerves, all the emotion of this rivalry game. Now everybody can kind of settle in because you know you already got a touchdown on the board.
They get set for the point afters. We have the first score of the game. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they punctuated it with a 5-yard touchdown run. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. Oh, better look out. Picks up the first down. Stopped him at the 41, but that's a big pickup of 15. One play in this drive and already out to the 41. It's first down. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. They'll put it in play from the 41 on first down. Back to throw, it's Bailey. Makes the grab. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. Trying to get a rhythm in the passing game, now on second down. This time they'll go to the running game. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38.
It's such an advantage for a defense when you can add to your pass rush by blitzing guys, but especially when you've got a middle linebacker like that can collapse and push the pocket into the lap of the quarterback.
The Wolfpack will line up to punt it away. Now on the return. He gets it up to the 34-yard line before he stopped, and that's where the offense will set up shop. This drive will get underway from just inside the 35 at their own 34. Now they'll run it on the toss. Got enough for the first down and wants more. Lots of room to run. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Tigers.
Huge play. It's so nice to have guys that can create these explosive plays like this. You hand it to him, he can do the rest. Look at the speed, look at the elusiveness, get into the end zone. Nice run.
Extra point, they push the lead out a little further. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Gentlemen, that pivotal top 15 battle is in the books. Here's how things went down. Florida managed to avoid being gator bait by scratching and clawing their way to a narrow victory. This wasn't the blowout some had hoped for, but it sure beats the alternative. Always fun to see two of the game's better teams duke it out at this point of the season. A good barometer, fellas, for both coaches.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football line.
Beneath the shadow of Howard's Rock, Death Valley is rocking, trying to help the Tigers on third down. Pocket breaking down. That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on third down. The Wolfpack will have to bring the punt team onto the field. He was working his way on the return toward midfield. They'll stop him at the 46. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. They put 2 touchdowns on the board in the early going, and now right back to work. They'll try the toss to the left. Past the 40. Crosses the 30. He's got a lane. Touchdown, Clemson! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing. They've extended the lead and taken control here in Week 9.
You just simply can't say enough about this guy and what he has meant to this offense. Big-time players make big plays in big games. He has shown up each and every week. That's his 15th rushing score on the season.
The AT unit on the field. And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21. They couldn't draw up a drive better than that one. Just gashed them for the big play in the running game. 1 snap, 1 touchdown. Kickoff unit back to work, and they have been busy as they've built this sizable lead. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Here's the handoff. And he fights his way forward, gets away from one, but not much doing on that one. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Back to pass, it's Bailey. Here's a heat. And he just flat dropped it. I think he wanted to run before he secured it. Wolfpack with lots of ground to cover on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Hit as he throws. Another incompletion on 3rd down.
It's amazing to think just how confident this offense was coming into this game. They thought they were going to go up and down the field throwing the football in this one. That has not been the case. They have not yet scored a touchdown in this one. They just threw an incompletion on 3rd down now, looking like they may have to punt. This offense has got to find their rhythm. But you've got to wonder about their confidence at this point of the game.
They'll crank up this drive from the 30-yard line. Quarterback making adjustments. They'll move the tight end. Throws to the wideout. Complete to the right. Out across the 45 and out of bounds at the 46-yard line. A big pickup here as they try to put together a scoring drive. We've reached the break. Clemson has the lead. They wanted to strike first and strike hard, and they've been able to do that here in the first quarter as we take a look at the stats. Now the challenge here, they've taken a punch, but they can't let it get out of hand as we start the second. First play of the period, 1st down here. To the air, it's Nelson. The short hands, it's Moore. Inside the 35, knocked out of bounds. This offense with a big play, and they'll mark it at the 33.
And this has got to be so demoralizing for this defense right now. Having given up multiple 1st downs on this drive, somebody on defense has to step up, make a play, and stop the bleeding.
They'll snap it from the 34 on 1st and 10. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Looking to throw on 1st down. It's complete to the right. Ripping off the huge gain down to the 17-yard line.
Well, it wasn't a great start for this quarterback, but on this drive, he seems to be turning the corner. He just looks like he's playing in a different rhythm. He's seeing the field better. It's almost as if the game is starting to slow down for him. I think on that last completion, it was a good example of that.
Good throw and catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in.
This offense has become a first down machine, and that is so demoralizing for the defense, especially for those star players that are playing tons of snaps. They're not subbing out as much. By the fourth quarter, they're going to be gassed.
Touchdown, Clemson! And they take it in for 6 more points.
Well, this thing's turning into a rout, and it's turning into a rout quickly. Really nice job by the offense there, but it's not just them. Their defense is getting it done. Their special teams are getting it done, and it just feels like they're really feeding off of this home crowd and their energy. This has been the definition of home field advantage in this football game.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And the extra point makes it 28-0. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. We'll see if they can be a little more productive this time around. A 3-and-out the last time they had the ball. That's caught. It's Griffin. And he gets it up to the 36. It'll be a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking for a man. It's Bailey. Rush coming in hot, and they've got him at the 29.
And that's now their 3rd sack of the game. This is one of the best units in the entire country getting after the quarterback. They have done such a great job recruiting athletes up front and in their front 7. They can blitz, they can rush you with 4, with 3, but they've got dudes that can beat you one-on-one, and you're seeing that in this game.
This offensive line has just been unable to keep them away from the quarterback. Now it's 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Unloads to the wideout. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on. They've already punted 4 times in this game, and they're about to run the guy out there for a 5th time if they don't pick up the first down. He'll loft one deep down the left side. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back.
And some defensive backs just... finding the football. He's starting to develop that. His 3rd interception on the season. Just has a good feel for playing that spot in the back end.
Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. They unleashed an aerial assault last time that took them right to the end zone, David.
So, Reese, with that drive, I think you've accomplished...
Breaks into the open. At the 30. 10. Touchdown, Tiger. He got loose, and it was lights out after that.
David, this guy's showing us everything he's got in his toolbox. Between the tackles, running outside, the elusiveness, the vision, the speed, the patience. And with that home run, now has over 200 yards rushing in this game.
And there's nothing more frustrating than a guy that just keeps coming and keeps coming. They keep feeding him, and he keeps breaking tackles. He keeps making big plays. This defense has had absolutely no answer for that stuff.
On to attempt the try. And they tack on the extra point for a 35-0 lead. What a way to send a message. Huge play in the running game. One snap, and you've got a touchdown on the board. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. Threw a pick the last time they had it. They'll try to be more productive this time around. The give to the tailback. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
And this offense on first down, man, they go backwards. And they built a deficit, and they've been sluggish. And they just need something to get going, to get started, because they've kind of looked out of sorts and out of rhythm this whole game.
Fires to the big fella. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37. New set of downs after the completion. To throw, it's Bailey. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming. They're dealing with a second and long. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. That's caught. It's Anderson. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. NC State has work to do to convert this third down. He wants to throw it again. He's going to let one fly down the middle. And they wanted it all on third down, but now dealing with fourth down. Looks as if NC State will have to punt it away. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. Here's the return. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Going to the running game. At the 35, he's got room. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line.
Well, he was able to gash him on that play. You just give this guy 1 inch, one little crease. He puts his foot in the ground, and he gets north fast.
This time he doesn't get loose, and finally the defense gets him bottled up behind the line. And the Tigers now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Creates a little space. Past the first down marker and still running. Turning it on. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down.
This guy's been so much fun to watch all year long. Every single week he's making defenders look silly trying to tackle him with that last play. Now over 1,000 yards rushing on the season.
Here comes Clemson with another first down. Try to get it to the edge. What a tackle in the backfield. He'll lose 6 on the play. The offense quickly calls timeout to stop the clock. Boy, it was like the defender heard the play call. He was ready for that one.
And one of the things is diagnose and go get it. They saw it and they went and got it. They were not letting that ball go to the wide side of the field.
The Tigers with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Back to pass, it's Nelson. Under fire. Can't find a man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half, maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. And how about this? They're going to send the kicker out there to try to put a thunderfoot into one. Is that guy's foot human? My goodness, did he hammer that ball from distance. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Man, great energy in that building. There always is when these two get together. And a fun first half between these rivals. And this linebacker has left his big old paw prints all over this first half. He's been clogging running lanes and forcing turnovers, and even when he's not doing something that shows up on the stat sheet, he's preventing that offense from doing so. A young man with all-American potential. That said, let's get back to the field and our guys in the booth to see who comes out on top of this rivalry contest.
North Carolina State will kick it off to open the third quarter. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. Let's see if they can keep that first half momentum rolling. Out of the crowd, and now he's got room. There he goes. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down.
Yeah, this offense has had their way with this defense, and they've had a lot of success. And I tell you what, if this defense wants any chance of coming back, they better get physical and stop the run, because right now, this offense is having their way.
Snuffed out behind the line of scrimmage, and we have not seen much of that. What a day he's had so far. The Tigers trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Well, the defense was trailing going in at halftime, and I think they made some adjustments against the run. They want to slow this guy down. That's a really nice start to the second half if you're on defense.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. Connection to the right. Steered out of bounds at about the 36-yard line. A big pickup, and they are threatening. This dude is just exceptional in every facet. So fluid, such a great route runner, and a big play there.
And money down, 3rd down, find him. I mean, you want to find that matchup because he's going to win. And he gets a good release, gets down the field. You see that's your playmaker, that's your guy. Get it to him, get the first down.
Around and forced out of bounds. Mark it right at the 16-yard line, and man, are they in business.
And that is another first down.
From the 17-yard line, threatening to score on 1st and 10. Trying to get the corner. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt.
The best offenses are the ones that can run the football in the red zone when the defense knows it's coming. It's hard to throw the ball down in this area of the field. They go with the toss play, and they pick up a big gainer.
To the air, it's Nelson. He's got it on the run. So close to that end zone. He can almost taste it, but it'll be 1st and goal for this offense.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. This offense had so much success in that first half, so in the 3rd quarter, they come out, and the quarterback looks like he's still dealing. This has been a really nice drive. That was a really nice throw. Just keep doing what you're doing if you're on offense.
Clemson will come to the line with a 1st and goal.
Here we go.
Wants to go up top. Caught in the backfield. It's Davidson. Touchdown, Tiger! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. If these guys wanted to make a statement, the statement has been delivered.
It's your job to stop them. Oh, don't run the score up. Well, do something about it. The defense has to step up and make plays. Obviously, they're not willing to do that, so just keep running plays and keep scoring.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And they did tack on the extra point. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Big Ten action right now, and wait till you see how things are playing out in this one, fellas. Michigan State is down right now, but you simply can't rule out a comeback. Kirk Cousins had a hand in getting this quarterback to East Lansing, so if he thinks the magic is there, who am I to disagree? They're trailing by just 4 to Oregon. It's an outcome that, if it holds, will have Big Ten fans buzzing all week. Guys?
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. To the air on 1st down. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19. The Wolfpack put themselves in a hole here on second down. Looking to pass, it's Bailey. Got his man on the right. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. NC State has to come up with a big play on 3rd and long. He's looking to pass. Tight end finds a soft spot. Really strong job by the defense. A negative play on 3rd down. NC State to bring the punt team onto the field. 3 and out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. He'll return it from around the 50. Really explosive when he gets his hands on the ball, and he found a couple of crevices and made a nice game before being run out of bounds. They've got the big fellas out there, a 3 tight end look on 1st and 10. Trying to seal the edge on the right. Stop behind the line of scrimmage, and that is a rare sight for this defense today against this guy. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. He has the first and still on his feet. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Tigers.
I love the execution on that play. Great blocking up front just to get the ball carrier an opportunity in the second level of the defense. And then at that point, it was make a guy miss and use the speed. That was a perfectly executed play.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point is good. Only took 2 plays to find the end zone on that drive, and gashing them on the touchdown run finished it off. They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 20. Yard line. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Looking downfield, it's Bailey.
Holding. open.
They'll decline the penalty here and let the result of that play stand. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Second down, they'll go to the air. The pass falls incomplete, and that'll be the final play of this quarter. We've come to the end of the quarter, and Clemson has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. I guess if you're an optimist, the stage is set for a massive fourth quarter comeback. After swapping ends of the field, they gave him a little time to figure out how they'll open the final period here on third down. Hand off from the shotgun. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, but whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try to be challenged up front. That was a big MO for this offense coming into it. But the defense, they've risen to the occasion. Their front seven has dominated this entire game.
Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect it.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
Looking downfield, it's Denson. Oh, the quarterback can make a big play when he starts moving around. Picks up the first down and gets down to avoid contact.
Second and short is a great situation to be in. And look at him. He drops back to pass the football. He doesn't have to throw the football. He wants to be aggressive, but he can just take off and scramble. Doesn't have to. Chance, great being ahead of the sticks.
Might be changing the route. Looking downfield on first down. Working that left side now. Stop is made at the to a 10-yard pickup and a first down just outside the red zone.
And a great job by the QB finding the running back, get him the football where he can do some damage after the catch, and most importantly, get the first down.
Clemson ready to go back to work with another first down. Looking to throw on first down. Hauls it in. He'll get it all the way down to the 8-yard line, and the defense is feeling the heat.
Now, I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
The snap sets up to throw. Rushes on him. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18.
Just like to see the quarterback have a clock going off in his head, forcing him to get rid of that football. Can't take a sack on first down in goal-to-go situation and move your offense backwards.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Finds his big tight end. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab.
I like the aggressiveness by this defense. You've got to play tight on the wide receivers. There's not a lot of space on the field. You've got to be aggressive, and you've got to make tackles.
It's third and goal and a long way from the end zone. They'll run the toss. Beck's got enough space. And we have breaking news. They score yet another touchdown.
Man, this has been a complete performance. The defense has been lights out, and the offense, obviously, just continues to pour it on. This is what you call having a great day. Putting it all together, offense, defense, complementary football.
Try to add another to their lead. And he added the extra point. They marched 58 yards for the touchdown on that one. And they finished it off with a 14-yard run for the score. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. North Carolina State has it back on the offense, headed to the field. This has been a really disappointing performance, David, no question about that, but they can find some positives.
Yeah, and every time you watch the tape, you know, Jesse, coaches are pointing out, look at this. This was open if we'd have just ran the details to the right route and hung on to the football. Little things can make a big difference.
Yeah, that's why they call it a game of inches, David, but I'll say this, if you're on offense, don't go on social media this week. It ain't going to be pretty after this performance. You've got to lock in. You got to take the week of practice very seriously and find those positives that you can build off, David, you're talking about.
This has been a dominant performance by the Clemson defense. They have kept the offense in reverse all day. The great defensive legend would be proud. Oh, he's got some space. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line. Looking for a productive play on first down. Thomas back to pass. They get to him as he throws.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that
he hurls one deep down the left side. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. The Wolfpack with lots of ground to cover on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Blasted as he lets it go. He's missed 3 in a row now with that last incompletion.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback and this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off. Accuracy hasn't been great. We've seen some drops. Just not in sync. That's why they find themselves trailing by a lot right here late in the game.
Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. Firmly in control of this game. We'll see if they just try to run out the clock and get out with a victory.
Everybody on offense here should feel really good about their performance today too, David. They had a really good game plan coming into this one, and they went out and they executed at a very high level.
Yeah, like...
Intercepted, and the defense has set him up.
Obviously, this game hasn't gone the way they would have liked, but coaches are always looking for positive moments and things that you can build on. How about that young man going out, getting an interception? Yeah, they're being blown out. They're probably not going to win this football game, but that is the type of play that as a coaching staff you can build on for next week's game.
Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32. There's a long and storied history of great games between these two rivals, and this chapter adds another to that legacy.
Really impressed by the poise by the winning team as well here. They weren't overhyped in this game. They came out, they looked prepared, they were calm, definitely confident. David, they were able to go out and execute well enough to get this win.
And it's hard in these rivalry games with all the emotions running so deep. Like, you sometimes get overzealous. Sometimes you get too many penalties. It's hard to rein in your emotions, but they did. They kept it in check, and now bragging rights for a whole year.
That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. You've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.